At one point this weekend, you said that Bitcoin, and this was based, you were asked, Charlie said Bitcoin's like rat poison. You were asked about that comment, and you said, well, it's probably more like rat poison squared. Charlie went on in the meeting to then basically call Bitcoin turds.
He is an expressive sort, isn't he? Maybe when he gets a little older, he'll mature.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold, which, if it succeeded, would facilitate a lot of illicit activity. Now, that is not something I think the world needs. And the fact that it's clever computer science doesn't mean that it should be widely used and that respectable people should encourage other people to speculate in it. Bitcoin reminds me of Oscar Wilde's definition of fox hunting, the pursuit of the uneatable by the unspeakable.
I freaking love this shirt. I love the reaction it gets around town. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Today's Thursday, May 10th, 2018. And, yeah, welcome back. Hope you guys have been liking all the episodes this week and, little clips and all the shit that I've been doing. I've been putting a lot more effort into these things because, hey, I just fucking love doing it. And, you guys are just encouraging me more and more to do more of them. So, anyways, now today, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to be able to do one of those just because it's super early. I got to do this really quick and I got to get going. And I'm not going to have too much time at all. And, I got to do my other things too. I can't. I mean, as much as I'm obsessed with this, we all have to sometimes control our obsessions. Well, I mean, that's part of being a successful entrepreneur. I mean, honestly, so that's all part of it. So, anyways, all right, today's episode, we're just going to be talking, we're going to keep talking about, the dominoes that are falling around the world and how all these things are related. So, what country today? Drum roll, please. What country today are we picking? Okay, so let's go through the list. Monday, we talked about Venezuela. Tuesday, Argentina. Yesterday, England. Today, what country are we talking about? We're going to go with Australia. So we went 2 Spanish, 2 English. Well, I wonder what we're going to pick tomorrow. Probably Asian. No, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so what are we going to talk about in Australia? Well, I read today on Zero Hedge. By the way, I just love that one time someone left me a message like, oh yeah, of course this guy's videos suck. He's always looking at Zero Hedge. The fuck do you look at, MSNBC? Anyway, just to that one guy out there. But anyways, okay, yeah. This one, Australia bans payments over 10K. All right. So they just ban cash. All right, and if you make any payments over $10,000 in cash, that's already illegal. Like, so, we've already talked about this in the past, and if not, this has already happened, where they've been trying to ban cash in Asia, especially places like China, definitely in India, and other places around, the world. They tried it here. Now they're going hard at going home in Australia. They're really just going to fucking ban it altogether. I mean, I read the whole article. I'm going to put a link down there so you guys can catch a look at it. But, pretty much it's just they want to ban it altogether. Like, seriously, by this time next year, they want it so that, the gig economy is going to get affected and everything, in the sense that, no one's going to be able to even make cash payments, from one individual to another for something simple. Let's say you buy something on Craigslist or whatever. Everything's gonna have to be digitized. Even people that get paid for everything, and just like a gig economy type of person like me. I do a lot of odd jobs all over the place because I have a lot of skills and I rather just work for myself. Well, someone like me, if I was living in Australia, I would be definitely super affected because now everything would have to be digitized. Meaning I would have to either the only acceptable paper thing is like a check. So therefore, if I'm going to get paid in paper currency, meaning cash, then I would have to be transferred into a check, and then the check transferred into the bank account, and like that. And so everything's going to have to be electronic. So like I won't be able to even, let's say, work at McDonald's. Like it wouldn't have to be direct deposit or any kind of anything. Everything's just going to be digitized. Everyone's going to have some sort of account. So that's what's going on in Australia. Man, some people are so rude with their fucking alarms at 6:30 in the morning. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. So, I mean, that's what's happening in Australia. Like, again, around the fucking world, and especially in this country, okay? You guys got to, let's talk about Warren Buffett real quick. Man, this horn is too much. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. I love hearing those fucking horns in the middle of the morning or any time of the day because, you know, the alarms, that always means that like some other car hit another car, turned on the alarm, and then they're like, oh shit, let me get the fuck out of here. And you always hear that. Because, I mean, for real, every time you hear a car alarm, when the fuck have you ever seen anyone like really, you know, steal a car? It's usually someone just, you know, getting hit. Anyway, so, all right. So, yeah, you know, what I was talking about is, again, like, you know, let's talk about, you know, our country now at this moment real quick. The United States of America. And, you know, let's go with, you know, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. You know, Charlie Munger was fucking, you know, saying that same thing as eating baby brains or some shit like that. Like, Bitcoin is that bad. You know, Warren Buffett calling it rat poison and all that stuff. Now, you know, let's take a little trip down memory lane now real quick. It's in case none of you guys have any fucking idea. But, you know, Warren Buffett is a major shareholder, meaning he is the number one shareholder, meaning he, for lack of a better term, is owner, but not really, of Wells Fargo. So, we all know what the fuck has been going on we all, there's a lot of W's. We all know what has been going on with Wells Fargo. Shit, that's a lot of W's. Yeah, I mean, who the fuck, they're not any angels, you know, they've been fucking stealing money, pennies left and right, they've been, you know, creating fake accounts, they have been doing the equivalent of everything illegal that you could fucking do, and they have the balls to fucking say that Bitcoin is the one that's doing all the horrible things when it's the opposite. A system based on the blockchain, okay, or Bitcoin itself, what it does is that, again, it creates a actual ledger where everyone can see every single fucking transaction, period. So why is this evil and bad for them? Well, again, because now all of a sudden everything that they do in the banking system and on their end would have to be accounted for and accountable. All right. So the Wells Fargo, all those things that they did and done with accounts and people and stealing, they wouldn't be able to do that kind of shit anymore, if they even exist to begin with. Okay, that's the thing. So when we look at people like, you know, again, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, you know, you gotta remember, people like in my generation, we grew up in this guy, you know, at least Warren Buffett was like the nice cuddly old man. He's always here to help us and take care of us and shit like that. But the reality is that no, not really. The new generation, the millennials, have realized, you know, they've taken and used Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies because they can't rely on this system anymore, the dollar. They don't believe in banks. They don't believe in people like that guy. And, you know, it's you know, again, you know, Charlie Munger, I think, is the one that was calling Bitcoin, you know, turds and poop or some shit like that yesterday. What the fuck is this guy, Kanye now? Poopity poop poop. But I mean, come on. I mean, are you fucking serious right now? That's what you're gonna revert to. You're gonna start calling that, you know, you're calling this thing that doesn't even exist names. And again, this is how powerful this thing is, Bitcoin and the blockchain, where it doesn't even need to call them names. It doesn't even need to anything. In fact, it doesn't. It's just a thing, and it's just by itself knocking it out. So you see how important and crazy the technology is. Look, another thing, you know, by the way, I was watching the Kaiser report this morning, making my coffee, doing shit like that, and I haven't even finished the whole episode, like I said, but he's just bringing up all these points, and this is what I'm doing the episode about. Look, these guys, again, these older fucks, okay, Munger and Warren Buffett, these guys are in their 90s, 94, 96, I don't know what the fuck. And again, you know, these guys are old money, like money from like the 1800s money, okay? Money from like how this country was built, you know, like on fucking, you know, railroads, you know, and, you know, oil and that kind of shit. So, look, let me give you guys, again, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I had to get reminded of this. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. But back when Bill Gates was coming up in the 80s and 90s and shit like that, you know, I remember those are very famous, one of the very famous first meetings of them two was on a train, and Bill Gates spent hours and hours and hours trying to sell him on Microsoft. Okay, this is the future technology, blah 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 blah. And Warren Buffett was so like out of it when it comes to technology back then. Imagine now, back then in the 80s and 90s, that he you know, he was just listening to Bill, in the sense of like entertaining him, and he only bought one share of Microsoft as a novelty. But the reality is, he didn't believe in any of that shit. That shit's fucking retarded. He likes to invest in like candy and bullshit like that. This is Warren Buffett, by the way. All right, so yeah, of course, this technology that comes around now, the Bitcoin, is something that's gonna put them out of business. And by the way, I love that. I was talking with this exact same topic with my friend the other day, as the whole thing that these guys, they should have already been dead, okay, as this new system came about, which is the Bitcoin, okay. And the fact that they are still alive and they're seeing the end of everything that they've done in front of their eyes, and the young kids, taking over and using this thing called Bitcoin in order to destroy everything that they had created, it's fucking, fucking up their minds to another. And again, the karma's a motherfucker. I love karma. So, before these fuckers die, hopefully, they will see the end of their system, the end of their legacy system, the end of everything, and everything will fall apart. By the way, this happened also to the Rockefellers and shit like that back in the day, where, again, if you know about the Rockefeller Center and a lot of the, why he was a name that was prominent and like a good name to hear when we were growing up, is because on his deathbed, like this fucker, what he was doing, as the public was turning on him and all that other stuff, is that he dedicated his life to public service and trying to, better his name, to the point where, yeah, his name was good up until, again, the other day. By the other day, I mean a couple years ago, when we all started waking the fuck up and figuring out, hey, wait a minute, fuck these Rothschilds, fuck these Rockefellers, fuck all these JP Morgans of the world. So that's that. So, okay, so today's lesson is, today's episode is about this country in Australia and how, they're doing everything humanly possible to ban cash and for you to pay taxes. Taxes is all they care about. And we already know what the fuck these taxes are for. Nothing, just to make them richer and, and all that stuff, and not get anything fixed whatsoever, because we ourselves are creating systems to circumvent not even the blockchain, but we ourselves are just creating systems on this old legacy system in order to circumvent this old system, because it's so fucking broken. So, for example, like, you can't even transfer between bank accounts anymore. You need to have something like a Cash App in order to have an intermediary for the intermediary in order to facilitate the transfer of funds. Because if you try to transfer funds between one bank account to another, a lot of times it takes how long? Days. All right, the more you have, the more it takes. And something like a Cash App, you can just, something like Bitcoin, even quicker, and that shit. Well, not quite, but you get what I'm saying. So everything is ranking up, like really kicking up speeds, like really, like every single fucking country is hitting something. I haven't read on this yet, but something about I heard, again, Armenia going through their own thing, and now Turkey aligning with them. I don't know anything about what's really going on there, but that Trump and Iran and Syria. Did you guys see what happened last night, where where Israel said that Syria attacked them? And again, this is like the most idiotic shit. That's like saying, like, Mexico started fucking launching missiles into Texas. Like, no. And even if that were to happen, like that, we would actually see missiles, everyone would be like, no, this is fake. So that's what's happening right now, where Iran within Syria is attacking Israel. So again, it's like, like Colombians in Mexico throwing missiles to Texas. No. No. So that's the bullshit that they're trying to fucking sell us. That's a false flag that they're trying to sell us. But since most people don't even know what the fuck, they can't even pick any of these countries out there on a map, period, then this is why all this is very easily, all right? But remember, Iran, all right, was invited into Syria just like Russia, in order to get the terrorists out, aka us, all right? And so now Iran is still in Syria because that's where Syria wants them, and Israel and this country doesn't want them there. That's why they're creating a false flag, because remember, we've been trying to take over Syria, take over Iran. So remember, these are things that are being created in order for us, this country, to go in and take over Syria, take over Iran, and cause again World War III, which again is not going to happen. It would have already happened by now. All right, we've already been past. Again, Trump came in last night. Pompeo came in with fucking prisoners from North Korea, and everything is just okay. So who the fuck knows? This piece of shit fucking guy. By piece of shit, I'm actually saying it in the most loving way possible. But Trump might actually be the first motherfucker to have peace in the Middle East. Can you fucking believe that shit? That's, for all you old farts, that's something that was always talked about. Always. Peace in the Middle East. Peace in the Middle East. And, we haven't talked about this shit in forever. And now forever. And now all of a sudden, like, yeah. This is crazy, man. Everything that's happening around the world is so fucking crazy. I mean, to me, it's I don't. That's why, like, I don't watch Silicon Valley. I don't watch any TV shows. I don't watch anything because there's just so much going on in the fucking real world that is the most intense version of like House of Cards, The Sopranos, like The Departed, like all this shit put together into one fucking thing. Like, and it's like it's too much to even keep up with. All right, on a daily basis, all these episodes of America. Or episodes of the world, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's insane. But anyways, all right, I gotta go. I'm gonna cut this short right here. We just talked about whatever the fuck it is we talked about. All right, it's Throwback Thursday, meaning like the usual. Be smoking weed and I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyways, I know you guys know what I was talking about, so you guys listen. But again, this war on ideals, this war on cash, this war on currency, this war on us is intensifying every fucking second of the day. All right, every fucking second is just intensifying, and it's insane to see everything that's going on. The last thing I'm gonna fucking say, I have an older gentleman friend of mine. Again, this guy is like in his 70s, maybe 60s, and he was having trouble with his bank account the other day in the sense that, he was just trying to make a deposit. They didn't want him to deposit cash, some other shit like that. And for the first time ever, he was like, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about that Bitcoin? I'll leave it there. By the way, this guy can't even barely use his iPhone, all right? And he was asking me about that. What does that tell you? So, adoption, here we come. And again, remember, I'm going to say the quote. Okay, I'm not going to fuck it up this time. But again, necessity is the mother of invention, okay? And right now, again, why was he asking me that? Because he has a need. He has a need for currency or a currency transaction vehicle because his bank is failing him. And, this guy has been around, forever. He still uses checks. All right, guys. Telling you 100K by the end of the year, all right? If we don't get to 100K by the end of the year, I swear, I promise you that I'm going to be doing a humongous line of coke with McGaffey. I promise. Bye.
Well, not completely, I mean, it's always there. It's watching. It's been watching me for years. Every time I turn on the fucking computer, it's there looking at me. Something went wrong. 15 years ago, I had some beautiful software, and they took it over. I don't know what they did. It was like the time I hired that Bangkok prostitute to do my taxes while I fucked my accountant. It was terrible. The same fucking thing is going on now. But I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. Believe me, I've got a fucking solution right here.